So these are my kids' lunch boxes. These are the Planet Box. I'll link them down below. We've used these for years. My oldest has had hers since kindergarten, actually. And I'll eventually get one for my youngest. He's currently using a Bento. He just doesn't need that much food yet. So you can see I have these little joke cards that I'm just gonna clip on here with that. But I found these at, I believe, Walmart, the back to school section. So I got a bunch of those. So this is my 7-year-old, this is my 11-year-old, and this is my 4-year-old. So on Mondays we always do peanut butter and jelly. So this is my 7-year-old. She doesn't like jelly, she likes peanut butter, and she likes them separate. So this is the butter we use because my son is dairy sensitive, and the peanut butter and the jelly are from Costco. Everybody has these hippies. We got these from Costco as well. Certified gluten-free, good protein. All the kids like them. For their treat, they got cookies. So we have, for my older two, the Chips Ahoy, because these do have milk in them, so I don't give them to my son. And they're good. They taste just like the regular. And then for my son and my girls, they got the gluten-free golden Oreos. And then these are from our garden. And this is my 7-year-old. This is my 11-year-old, same thing. Instead of using my bread I usually make, we had been camping this past week and I had bought this for convenience. And it was actually pretty good. All my kids really like it. It is the Kroger brand, gluten-free, and it's just the white bread. So I figured I'd use that up before I made my own loaf of bread. So she has peanut butter and jelly. And then my 4-year-old has just a smaller portion of what they have. His peanut butter and jelly, his Oreo. He does not like tomato, so he just got more cucumber. And he's got his Hippies chickpea puffs. But that is lunch for Monday. Tuesday's lunch, here's my 7-year-old, 11-year-old, 4-year-old. Today is lunch meat. Start with my 7-year-old. So all of them got these Bobo strawberry oat bites. These are really good, and I get them at Costco in bulk. And then they all have an assortment of chips. My 7-year-old and 4-year-old all have the Kettle plain sea salt. And then my 11-year-old has the salt and vinegar chips. And I get these from Aldi. They come in the big pack. And all the chips in that pack are gluten-free. And then they have some fruit. They have plum and peach. All of them have plum and peach. And then in here they have pickles. And that's my 4-year-old. And then my 7-year-old wanted ham, cheese for her roll-up. And I find this helpful because it helps with sandwich bread. Because sandwich bread gets really expensive even when you home make it. I'll link up my recipe I use to home make bread. It gets expensive when it's gluten-free. And they sometimes just prefer the meat and cheese. And I usually put a pretty large chunk of cheese in there. So they like it that way. It's almost like a cheese stick with lunch meat. And if they want any condiments or anything on that, then I put it on there. That's my 7-year-old. My 11-year-old asked for roast beef, mayonnaise, and ham. And again, condiments you have to make sure are gluten-free. We get this from Costco. Pickles can have gluten in them as well, so be mindful of that. Same with lunch meat. Lunch meat can contain gluten, so we got all of our lunch meat from Costco. Salami, roast beef, and ham, and they come in a 3-pack. There's also a chicken there, so that lasts us a while. So our cheese, my 4-year-old, he had salami and cheese and mayonnaise, but he is dairy sensitive, so I get this from Aldi, and it's just cheese shreds. And I get the shreds because we often make homemade pizza as well, so it's just easier that way. And then he has the same thing his sister's has, just a smaller portion. And you can see there's food picks in here. You can get these off Amazon. Sometimes they're in the stores. I found them in Target in the past. And you can of course get seasonal ones when they come out, cupcake liners or cupcake toppers, things like that. But the kids really do like it, and I think it does encourage them to eat their food, especially when it's a little more messy. You can see I gave my 4-year-old the fork one so he can fork out his fruit, but they do really like the food picks, and they are washable, so you can reuse them. But that is Tuesday's lunch. This is Wednesday's lunch. 7-year-old, 11-year-old, 4-year-old. Put little jokes on there. So today they're doing breakfast for lunch. So they all have hard-boiled eggs that I made yesterday. They have some waffles. I'll link down below the recipe I used for that. Those were left over from a previous breakfast. Then they all have a donut. I get these from Aldi. They're gluten-free and dairy-free, so everybody can have them. And then they have in the little container syrup to dip their waffle pieces in. And if they want them warmed up, I will warm them up at lunch, but most of the time they just eat them like this. And then they have orange. My two older have orange. And then if my son still wants something after this, I will give him some apple, because he doesn't like oranges. But I feel like this will probably be enough for him. But that is Wednesday's lunch. This is Thursday's lunch. I do try to make one warm lunch every week, so we are doing chicken nuggets. Get these from Costco in bulk. So all the kids have 6 nuggets to begin with, but I do have more on the stove if they want more. And they've been asking for a fruit salad, so I just cut up a peach, plum, and apple. And these are little serving cups, and of course we have all the little food picks in here. Sometimes it's just about the way you present the food to your children that makes it interesting, because they will all eat it now that it looks fun. This is my 11-year-old. These are just from our garden, our cherry tomatoes and our cucumbers. Again, if your kids are fussy about veggies, highly recommend growing them. Cherry tomatoes taste a lot different homegrown than they do in the grocery store. And then again, I just cut the cucumber, they call this the candy cane stripe, to make it a little more interesting food picks. My oldest does have some ranch because she can handle dairy. She's using this. We don't normally get this just because of the dairy sensitivity in my house, but we had it left over for camping. We normally buy this, and this will be what my youngest son uses if he wants some. My 7-year-old doesn't really want ranch. So 7-year-old has the exact same thing. As you can see here, I put hers on a little sword pick because she likes that. And then my 4-year-old just has the exact same thing, just smaller quantities. But that is Thursday's lunch. Friday's lunch, 7-year-old, 11-year-old, 4-year-old. So they're having egg salad today. I just put that in their Planet Box container. They have some Simple Mills sea salt crackers to go with that. This is what my 7-year-old chose. Get these at Costco. And then some cucumber to go with the egg salad. And then I put this on the side too, in case they want some fruit. Get these from Costco as well. This is my 11-year-old, same thing. She wanted the Made Good granola minis, the berry ones. That's her only difference. And then my 4-year-old chose the strawberry bobo. And I just put his egg salad right in his container because the Bento are seal proof, so they don't leak. The Planet Box are not seal proof, hence why I used the container. But that was Friday's lunch.